Hi, everybody. Welcome. Welcome to our Feel Good Friday show. How are you? I hope that you have had a wonderful week so far. The weekend is just right around the corner, and I am here for it. How about you? How about you? Hi, Anita. Hi, Lois. Hi, Mary. Hi, Carolyn. How are you? Hi, Debbie. It's so good to see everybody. I hope that your afternoon's going well. I know I hoped that your week was good, but I hope your afternoon is going well. And if it's not, hopefully you will give me a chance to maybe turn that around for you with a little happiness, right? A little happiness, a little easy design here and there, perhaps. So, oh my goodness. Yay, Facebook is working. I'm so relieved. You guys, that was something else. It's been a challenge around here lately. Last week, Facebook was giving me issues. I had a power outage on Tuesday of this week. It's just been one thing after another. So I'm hoping for a really good Feel Good Friday show today because the one we had last Friday was not all that great. I was missing quite a few of you. So I'm happy to see that everybody is making it today. Hooray. All right, so let's talk about our Feel Good Friday show. But before we do that, let me give you a couple of reminders of things. So first and foremost, I want you to set your reminders for 4 p.m. Eastern this afternoon to be sure that you come and hang out with me for my Art Beads Live at 4 p.m. We're going to be using the tying station. I'm really, really looking forward to it. We're going to be putting together a goddess style bracelet. And I'm just really excited to be showing off the tying station. This is the first time I've been using, or this is the first time I will have used the tying station on an Art Beads Live, and I'm looking forward to many, many more. So this will be a fun show. Please come by and hang out. We would definitely appreciate all of your support with that. Let's see. I don't know that there's anything else super important. I do want to mention that since we missed Tuesday's show this week because I had a power outage, we were supposed to do bargain bead box for March. We're going to do that next week. Okay, we're going to do that on Tuesday of next week. I know we are already well into April, but people don't like to miss those, and I don't blame you. I really wanted to show off that design, so we're still going to do that. We're going to do it on Tuesday of next week. So don't worry, you didn't miss it. It didn't happen. So we're going to do that, and it'll probably mean that our bargain bead box for April will probably fall into May, but that's okay. We'll worry about that when we get there. I just want everybody to know that I still fully intend to do that bargain bead box of April, or I'm sorry, of March project. So set your reminders. That'll be Tuesday at 1 p.m. next week. All right, so let's get into it. It is Feel Good Friday, which is my very favorite day of the week. Here on the Feel Good Friday shows, we focus on fun and easy instant gratification jewelry that is very easy for you to make. And I make that super easy for you by putting everything that you see in the show today in a kit, and you can grab those kits over in my Etsy shop. They're already available there. My team is also here in the comment section, both on Facebook and YouTube, dropping links directly to those kits so that you can very easily get to all of those. Now, when it comes to Feel Good Friday show and the kits, like I said, we focus on fun and easy instant gratification jewelry, which means we stick with the basics here. We do basic wire wrapping, like simple loops, wrapped loops, basic stringing, basic knotting, things like that. We don't get bogged down by technique. I don't teach you anything new. A lot of times you see repeats of things, and they are repeats of things just in different beads because this is a show about kits. It's not about technique. So if you only show up on Fridays and you're like, gosh, didn't we just do a bracelet like that 2 Fridays ago? Yeah, we probably did, but there's a reason why I redo those, because they sell. And I do have to, keep the lights on here. So as a matter of fact, you're going to see some restocks of things in today's show from way back. So I'm really happy about that. But the point that I'm trying to make is that on our Friday shows, guys, we do a lot of repeat stuff because those are the kids. Those are the kids. That's enough. Those are the kids. Okay, you made your point. Those are the kits that you guys like. Stop. Now, if you want to see something different, you definitely want to join me on my Tuesday shows, right? Because the Tuesday shows is where we do different things every single Tuesday. Now, if you want to up your skills even more than that, you want to join Hardwired. And Hardwired is only open for enrollment once a month. We have a very short window. However, sometimes we let in a little extras. So if you didn't get your chance to get into Hardwired this month, we might be willing to let you in right now. Just saying. Kathy's very kind about that kind of thing. So yeah, that's a place where that, of course, is my paid Facebook group. That's where we get really, really into technique, and we focus very heavily on things. It is more of an upper beginner to intermediate style live that happens there. We get together twice a week. That is different, right? That is different. And we most definitely do different things there. I'll show you a little example of one of the things that we did recently, just so that you can see this was one of our classes. So if you're looking for some more advanced techniques, that's probably going to be a better fit for you. But I still want you to come and hang out with me on Tuesdays and on Fridays, of course, because who doesn't love easy kits? Beautiful jewelry does not have to be your representation of every single skill or technique you have ever learned, right? And that is what our Fridays are all about. Okay. Lots of information, lots of barking. Stop barking. I feel like there was one other thing that I needed to tell you guys. Oh, I remember what it was. So before we get into it, one more thing. Oh, Denisa says, what time on Tuesday? 1 p.m. All my shows, all my regular lives are at 1 p.m. Those happen on Facebook and YouTube, 1 p.m. Tuesdays and Fridays, every single week. Always been that way. Will probably always stay that way. Okay, so one other thing for you, if you want to get even more projects. That's enough. Listen, we have company. That sounded a lot worse than it was, I promise. That's why I didn't panic. But my goodness, to come across that in the middle of the night, wouldn't that scare you? Wow. Okay. I'm going to need you all to separate. Okay. Can you do that for me? Okay. Let's keep going. Okay. So if you need one more, if you would like to have one more project in your life, I encourage you to join my Patreon. Patreon was originally created for my YouTube community because they needed a place to hang out, and they needed some extra content because a lot of my YouTube members don't do Facebook. That's not to say that if you are a Facebook member, you can't do my Patreon, because you absolutely can. It's open to absolutely everybody. It's $10 a month. You get an extra exclusive project once a week from me. It's supposed to be 3 exclusive projects, but I'm trying to work it out so that it is every single week you get a brand new project. And those projects, like I mentioned, are exclusive to Patreon. So you're not going to see those anywhere else. And it's just a $10, it's just $10 access. Plus you get access to the Discord server, which functions as a Facebook group. I'm going to have to hold him. Functions sort of as a Facebook group, but for YouTube, where you can come and hang out and chat with each other. I know, right? Stop right now. That is enough. I don't know why they're misbehaving so bad today. I'm so sorry. I feel like the worst dog mom ever. My goodness. Okay. Cooper. Calm. What is happening? We're devolving into chaos here. Oh my gosh. Okay. Now let's get started, shall we? Okay. First and foremost, when it comes to our Feel Good Friday show, I would put them out, but my housekeeper is here, and I'm sorry. I apologize for those of you who are like, why don't you just get rid of them, put them outside? Like, my housekeeper is here. That's part of why they're barking, but then they're also fighting over toys, and it's just, it's like toddlers, very loud with teeth. Okay. Let's move on. Okay. Our Feel Good Friday shows often start out with a maker mix. Maker mixes are small batches of beauty goodness, things I don't have enough of. I don't have enough of to make a full kit out of, but I still want to share those with you. Those are different from the true do-it-yourself kits. I also have true do-it-yourself kits that I'm going to show you guys. He sounds like a lion. true do-it-yourself kits are kits where I have some jewelry in mind, and I'm going to give you a couple of examples, but there aren't any findings involved. It is strictly just the beads and components. The rest of it is completely up to you. You get to be the designer. You can add beads. You can do whatever you want to with them. So that's the main difference between the two of those. Let's get started before things get even crazier around here, shall we? Okay. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm starting to stress sweat a little bit. These guys are driving me crazy. All right, so we are going to start out with our maker mix, you guys. And our maker mix for this week is called Blue Raspberry. And I love this one. This one is one of my favorite maker mixes that I've made in a while. This one has sequins in it, which some of you may not love. I absolutely adore. And I kind of wish I had done these before Easter because they could almost be Easter eggs because of the shape of them. But they are this most beautiful, like blue purpley shift. Love. It is so, so pretty. So there are several of those included. Guys, sequins can be part of your jewelry as well. There are purple check glass rondelles that are nice and smooth. There are some check glass drops in here, as well as other check glass beads. I'm going to take their toy away from them. There is also a bell bead in here and check glass fire polish rounds as well. I took their toy. Okay, so that is our maker mix for the week. This one is really pretty. I hope that you like this one. I think it's really nice. It's got some jade in here as well. So it's just a really pretty little mix. All right, moving on. Oh my goodness, the stress. All right, first up for our true do-it-yourselves. Now remember, these do not have the findings with them. It's up to you to come up with the finding part of this. So this one is called Blue Daisy, and it is full of beautiful blue check glass. So I'm going to lay this one out for you and try to show you guys a couple of ideas that I had for this one. So this one, like I mentioned, has lots of blue check glass in it. This is such a pretty blue. It's not quite cobalt, so it's not really that deep, deep blue. This is more of just like a straightforward kind of Crayola blue, if you will. I was thinking bracelet with this one, but honestly, you could do whatever you wanted to with this one. I'm going to show you a couple of different things that I had in mind. So I was thinking, of course, of making a little bracelet. There are also metal beads in here as well. Now, when I say bracelet, that can always be turned into the front of a necklace as well. So it's really kind of up to you, but this one's got some little crystals in it. It also has some really pretty little drucks in it. There are small fire polish in here. There's several of those. Now, you also have some extra beads here that are just singles. And a lot of times I do that intentionally because you can use these as dangles if you want to, or you can swap out your focal. If you want to use the flower as a dangle instead, put your largest check glass fire polish in there, or put your textured bicone in there if you wanted to, or you could use a crystal. It is totally up to you. That's what makes these true do-it-yourself so much fun, right? Is that you get to be the designer with these. You can use these with your own beads and things that you've got in your own stash. All right, so that's that one. Okay, moving on to the next. All right, the next one up is the Wander Charm. Now, this one is one of two that have some tiara cast elements in them. And as much as I hate to let these tiara cast elements go, the truth is that I have so much of it that there's no way I could ever use all of it. So I may as well share it with you guys. So this one has the beautiful Wander Charm in it. It has the tree on the front, and on the back of it, it says, "Not all those who wander are lost." I've actually had these in several kits in the past in different colors. This one is in the brass color, which I absolutely love. And so I was kind of thinking necklace here. I've got a bell bead that you could just put a jump ring between them if you wanted to, or you could put some beads between them. So we've got two kind of specialty larger check glass beads. There's one that is a flower and one that is a turbine bead. And I was kind of thinking, like, if you wanted to, you could use either this one or this one, right, to go right in there. I kind of like the flower one, but it's up to you, right? And then we have other elements here. We've got some check glass druck beads. We have some check glass rondelles. We also have fire polish in here. There are some English cut. There are spacers. There are some little tiny metal beads and some smaller fire polish in here as well. So you could do a necklace. You could do a bracelet if you wanted to. It's always up to you. I just thought this was a really pretty one. And like I said, I had these. Hanging on to them doesn't really make a whole lot of sense for me. I mean, truthfully, what am I going to do with a ton of them? I'm going to share them with you guys because that's what I should do. Now, you could pop your spacers in between here if you wanted to. Again, this could be a bracelet. I'm kind of envisioning the front of a necklace here and then maybe using some leather with this. I think leather cord would be absolutely beautiful. For one thing, you've got a nice large hole bead here, so you could thread the leather through that, and then you could wire wrap these guys, hang them from jump rings, and then thread those on, and they could all kind of cluster together here in the front. I just think it would be really, really pretty to put on leather. But again, you do you, because that's what makes these true do-it-yourselves all about you, right? All right, gonna set this one to the side because I've got several more. All right, the next one up, this one is Crystal Ball. And this one, the focal in this one is one of these great big boy beads. I've got a beautiful big faceted glass crystal ball bead here. I love these. I love these. And I grab these up. A lot of times I will find these at Michael's on cards with other things. I ended up with a ton of these that have this beautiful kind of like smoky gray to them. And I'm not even sure where they came from, but I really, really love them. So the accents in this one are hematite colored, just darker gray and some silver in here. And you really can kind of come up with your own thing. It's another one of those where I kind of was thinking necklace because this guy is drilled diagonally. You could pop a bead in there if you wanted to put like a little bead in there, right? You've also got some faceted rondelles. There are tons of glass pearls. So if you wanted to make like a tassel off the bottom of your bead, I'm thinking like wire wrap these, make a cluster or like a chain tassel and just attach these to the ends. You even have some drops in here as well. So if you wanted to put like official drops instead of just the rounds, you absolutely could do that. You can pop these guys in between there. Lots of possibilities with these. That's why I love these true do-it-yourself so much, because I can give you one idea and then hopefully it inspires you to come up with like 15 more ideas, right? Those are so fun. All right. It's funny. Kathleen says, big boy beads. Seriously? Oh my gosh. LOL. It's because I used to work for a company that had these and that's what they called them. They called them big boy beads. So, I mean, that's kind of, I think in the industry, we all kind of call these the big boy. I know it's kind of funny, but yeah. So that's that one. That was our crystal ball, true do-it-yourself. I've got one more true do-it-yourself, and then we're going to move on to the kits that have the findings. So this is last, but definitely not least, guys. This one is our Thistle charm. This is another one where I have a tiara cast component that I have a lot of. There's no sense in me holding on to it, so sharing it with you is what makes the most sense. So each one of these has one of the tiara cast Thistle charms in it in the silver color. And you've also got a textured toggle clasp. There's a metal bead, and the rest of this is check glass and a couple of bicones. So I 100% was thinking bracelet. Though you can do whatever you want to with this. I'm thinking like the check glass leaf and the little charm could be your dangles. Got a check glass flower. There are some fire polish in here that are just beautiful. I love this blue. There's also a little bellflower in the same blue, so you could do a little dangle with it if you wanted to. Some blue crystals. So you've got some extra little pieces here. Again, you've got your little metal bead. You could use that close to your clasp if you wanted to do like an asymmetrical design. And that's just kind of what I was thinking. This would also be a really pretty necklace. So if you wanted to turn this into the front of a necklace design and kind of go this direction with it, you could do that as well. You could add your little bellflower. You could have your toggle in the front, which I always love, right? So you could put your toggle towards the front, or you could actually use your toggle as your jumping off point for your little dangles. If you wanted to, you could do the toggle directly in the front. Like, there's so many things that you can do with these. And that's why I love them so much, because you get to be the creative one. I just give you a couple of ideas, but then it's up to you, right? All right. Now, let's move on to the kits that we have that actually have components with them. Okay. All right, I'm going to start out with our necklace design for today, because I know this one's going to sell out pretty quickly. And this is a new one. This is not a restock of anything. So let me lay this out for you. Now, part of this is already done. We're going to do part of it together. But we have, would you please click that? We have this beautiful shield pendant with the little loops on it, and we're going to add sparkle to ours. So you can see what I've already done. We're going to do part of this together. You got some chain as the length here, and a lot of this is just wrapped loops and simple loops. And so that's exactly what we're going to do. Now, I've got some of this already ready, right? So there's one there. How do I have two that are three? That's really weird. Like, I must have put this together. I must have put this together wrong. I'm not quite sure how that worked out, but oh, I know where they go, because they go up here. I'm like, why are there these three? So I wanted to take the sparkle up to the top as well. Okay, so two of these are already ready. They're ready to connect, but we need to do one together. And actually, three of these are ready to go. We need to do one of them together, and then we're going to attach all of them to our component here. So basically, as you can see, this is kind of a tiered situation where our longest drop here in the center is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those little rondelles. And then we have one of these faceted ovals as our drop. As you go outwards, the number of rondelles gets smaller. So this one had 5. The next one has 4. That's what we're going to do together. Then 3, then 2, then 1. Okay. And they all have the drop on them. Then you're going to make 2 that are just the 3 beads, nothing else, on an eye pin to like go into your chain. All right. So let's do this together, shall we? First things first, let's go ahead and wire wrap our drop bead. Okay. So I've got my drop bead here. I'm going to come in with my chain nose pliers, and we're going to do a wrapped loop. Feel free to do a simple loop instead. I'm going to bend the wire over the top of the pliers. I'm going to come in with my round nose pliers. We're going up and over. Rotate, take the wire over to the other side, and then I'm going to wire wrap in that space. Okay. So I've got about 3 wire wraps. I'm going to come in with my cutter tool, and I'm going to trim off the excess. All right. And then I'm going to take an eye pin. Using my pliers, I'm going to twist to open, and I'm going to thread on the little drop that we just created. And then I'm going to close that back. All right. Now this one is the next one from the longest. So this one gets 4 of the rondelles. So 4 of those are going on. And then we're going to do a simple loop here. Okay. So I'm going to hold on. I'm going to bend the wire right where it is exiting the bead. I'm going to come in with my cutter tool, trim off, leave myself about 1/4 of an inch of wire. And then I'm going to use my round nose pliers to roll back to create my loop. Okay. Now it's time to attach these, and I'm not using jump rings as my go-between. So I'm just coming in with my chain nose pliers, and I'm going to twist to open those, right? You're just walking it open. Don't pull it apart, because you'll never get that shape back again. that nice round shape. If you got a round shape, if you got an oval shape, you won't get that oval shape either. So, all right. And then we're just going to thread that on to our component. And then you're going to twist to close. Okay. And you're going to do that to each one. So next up is this one. Close that back. Next up, twist. Close. And we've got one more. So they collectively have found, in case you can hear that in the background, it sounds like they're ripping of paper. It is. They have collectively found a package that was sitting in the floor that I had not opened yet, and they have opened it for me, and now they are shredding the packing paper that's in it, which is totally fine with me because at least they're being quiet. Right? What? I'm not even going to yell at him for it. I'm just going to let him continue to tear up the paper because honestly, I don't have the patience. I will pick up paper shreds as long as they don't kill each other. Okay. So you're going to attach all of these. Look how pretty that is. All right. And then just to kind of bring the color up a little bit more, like I mentioned, you're going to put 3 of these beautiful rondelles onto eye pins, and then you're going to attach these to the top of your component. Oh, it's hard to find the opening of these sometimes. All right. So twist, attach that up here. Twist to close that back. We're going to do the other side. At least it wasn't an outgoing package, right? It could be worse. It could be worse. All right. And then last but not least, I've got chain to add as my length. So for you, of course, you're going to use your jump rings here, and then you're also going to cut your chain and put your hardware on the back. I don't like to cut chain in advance because this goes into somebody's kit. So I'm just going to leave mine as one solid piece of chain here, but just know that when you get your kit, you do need to cut it to whatever size you need it to be and add your hardware. All right. And that's that, you guys. Let me try to make it look pretty. So that is our necklace for the show. One of my absolute favorites. I love necklaces like this where it's not a ton, right? There's not a ton. In other words, there's not a lot going on. This is just a beautiful piece. You just throw it on with whatever you're wearing and it looks really cool. I've included chain in the kit, but I gotta say, if you wanted to keep the chain for something else and use leather with this, I think it would be amazing. Absolutely stunning with leather. If I had had enough leather, that's what I would have put in the kit, but chain is all I had. So, and it looks great with the chain too. I do think that this on really long leather is very kind of boho chic, but you do have the sparkle with it. Like I like boho, but I can't not do sparkle. So including sparkle in a piece like this is always something that I like to try to do. All right, so we're going to move on. Moving on. I'm going to sit this to the side. I'll show it to you on the bust when we get to the end of the show. All right, so next up, we're going to do just a simple stringing project, and this one is so pretty. I love this one so much. Guys, this one has Druzys in it. These metallic-y, electroplated, just beautiful Druzys. And everybody's Druzys, of course, will be different. I've got one in this one that's got a big opening in it. I can't promise that everybody is going to get one that's got an opening in it, but if you get lucky enough to have one that's open with the crystally goodness on the inside, I just love it. I love it. So this one is just a simple stringing project. And as you can see, I've got some Preciosa bicones in here, as well as a really cool looking check glass bead that I wanted to include. I was going to make earrings out of these, and then I realized how cool they looked with the with these beads. I'll probably get some more of these because I still want to make earrings out of those very much. All right, so we're going to do just simple stringing. And this one also has metal beads included. And so we've got to separate out here our metal beads, our Preciosa bicones, and our hardware. So let's get our bead stringing wire ready to go. All right, we're going to take a crimp bead. We're going to thread that onto the end. And then we are going to thread on our wire guardian. So our wire goes up through the wire guardian, down through the wire guardian, and then back down through your crimp. All right, and you want to separate those wires out. Make sure that those wires are not crossing inside your crimp bead. You're going to bring in your crimper tool. You're going to place that crimp into the back notch. You're going to give that a squeeze, and then you're going to turn it sideways, put it into the front notch, and give that a squeeze. All right, and then we're going to come in with our cutter tool, and we're going to trim off the excess. And now we are just going to do some simple stringing. So I'm going to take one of these smaller metal beads, because there's 3 different sizes of your metal beads. So I'm going to take one of the small ones. I'm going to thread that on. Okay. I'm going to thread on a Preciosa bicone. I'm going to thread on one of the smaller Druzys, another Preciosa bicone. And if you love this bracelet, I've got some earrings to match, so just stick with me here. Another one of the small ones. Okay. Another Preciosa bicone. Okay. And then we're going to do another metal bead. All right. Now I'm going to do 4 of the medium-sized Druzys here. And I'm going to put a medium-sized metal bead in between each one of those. So let me drop this down so you can see. Now, I'm putting this together a certain way, but you absolutely can put this together however you want to. So you don't have to do the same pattern that I'm doing. But again, a medium-sized metal bead in between these guys. Okay. Got one more. All right, now I'm going to do my largest Druzy. That's this one with the opening. I wish they all looked like that. All right, now I'm going to use the 2 largest of the metal beads to go on either side of the biggest Druzy. Okay. All right, so that's what we've got so far, right? Okay, now we're going to do a Preciosa bicone in the purple kind of tanzanite AB. We're going to do 2 of the small Druzys. Okay, I'm going to do a small metal bead. And then I'm going to thread on my check glass. Okay, then another small metal. 2 more of the Druzys. Another one of the purple. And another metal bead. And then we're just going to crimp this. We're going to finish this off with our hardware. There's not even dangles on this one, guys, because I loved it so much just as it was. I thought it was such a beautiful bracelet with such wonderful color in it that it didn't even need any extra dangles. So what does that say about me? That just shows you how much I love it. If I don't even put dangles on it, I put dangles on everything. All right, so our crimp is going on, and then our wire guardian going down through the wire guardian and down through our crimp. Okay, and then we're going to pull all that down, and just like where we started, we want to be sure that we don't have our wires crisscrossing in there. I'm going to put that into the back notch of the crimper, give that a squeeze, turn it sideways, put it into the front notch, give that a squeeze, come in with your cutter tool and trim. And then the literal only thing left to do is add the hardware. 2 jump rings and a clasp, and you can add your own dangles if you want to. I mean, I don't think the dangles, I think dangles would look beautiful on it. I just didn't add them because I was like, you know what, this is just a stunning bracelet, and I didn't want to take it too far. But you know what, I encourage you to take it as far as you want to. Right, look at that, so pretty. I love the Druzys. Druzys are one of my favorites. I've got these beautiful, like metallic-y, kind of shifty colored Druzys. I also have some silvery gray ones. And I have tons of these in the multicolor that are going to be coming up in kits in the future. So if you like these Druzys, stick around, because I've got some leather designs and things like that that I have in mind for more kits using these Druzys that are so, so pretty. All right, now, if you want a pair of earrings to go with this, I have a cutie little pair here that are pretty easy to put together, that are also very shifty in color. And guys, the Etsy picture does not show how pretty the shift is. First of all, it has the Druzy on the top here, right? But then down here on the bottom is a saucer bead, and look at the color shift in that saucer bead. It's green, it's purple, it's blue, it's pink. It's all of those things. In the picture, it just didn't come across. It just looked kind of drab. I also have some little lava beads in here, as well as some more of those little metallics that were in the necklace that we put together. So if you want a full set, I think this is a really cute, cute set. This will make a nice gift for somebody. Okay, so let's put this together. So first things first, let's go ahead and wire wrap our rainbow bead here. So we're going to thread that onto our wire, and I'm going to bring it about 1 inch from the end. I'm going to bring the 2 ends together over the edge of the bead and just crisscross them just like that. Okay, I've got a long end and a short end. I'm going to take the long end and bend it straight up and down, and the short end, I'm going to bend it out this direction. Okay, then I'm going to take that short wire and I'm going to wrap it around the long wire 2 or 3 times, and you can make these messy wraps if you want to. It's whatever you want to do. Okay, so I just wrapped that around there, and then I'm going to trim off the excess. Okay, now with my straight wire here, I'm going to thread on one of the lava beads, which is also one of those shifty colors, right? And then 3 of the little sparkly rondelles. So 1, 2, and 3 of those. Okay, and then we're going to do a wrapped loop. Right, so I'm going to bend the wire. Then I'm going to come in with my round nose pliers. That saucy bead is sassy, says Susie. I agree. All right, and then we're going to wire wrap. Now, this can be an earring all by itself. You can just put the ear wire on it and then use your Druzy for something else if you want to. But I wanted to add a Druzy to this so that it really popped. So let me cut this off, and then we're going to add an eye pin to that and our Druzy. Okay, so there's that part. Twist to open. I'm going to thread that onto the loop. My baby, the baby dog, she's acting crazy. She's hopping around and throwing the paper around and just being kind of silly. It's so funny. I had to turn around and look back at her to see what she was doing. She's just playing by herself. The rest of them are laying down. She's just playing by herself. Okay, so now I'm going to do another wrapped loop, though you can do a simple loop here if you want to. It does not have to be a wrapped loop. Grabbing the wire, bending the wire. She's entertaining herself, so that's all that matters. Up and over, rotate, take the wire over to the other side. And then we're going to wire wrap. Okay. And then I'm going to come in with my cutter tool, trim off the excess and add my ear wire. And these are done. I think this makes the coolest set. I really, really kind of love this. I mean, not kinda. I definitely love this. There's no kinda to it. It's one of my favorite little sets I've made in a while. How pretty is that? Oh, look at the green flash on those. Those are so fun. There's so much color here and only a little bit of sparkle, right? As far as like sparkle additions for like the bicones, I added those Preciosa bicones, but honestly, it didn't even need the Preciosa bicones because these beads have their own light and glow about them. That is just so, so pretty. So there's a cute little set, or buy them individually. I think they're awesome either way you do it, whether you get them together or you get them separately. I think they are super, super cool. I love the earrings. Love, love. All right, gonna set these to the side. Not stopping. Okay, I've got a bracelet for you guys that is actually a repeat of a bracelet that we did last week, just in a different color pattern and with a little bit different connector. So I want to show you. You guys are going to remember last week we put together a bracelet that had little flower connectors. I've got more flower connectors this time to put together another bracelet. And we're doing this brown sugar druck. We're going to make a little chain. Remember last week it was blue pearls. This week it is these brown sugar druck beads. I also have a beautiful like purpley Saturn bead and a chat glass flower. So we're going to put this together. It's actually going to go kind of like this. So the blue one sold out and I was like, you know what? Let's do another one because I have these other just softer, I have the softer color palette here. I also have some honey colored Preciosa bicones for the dangles. And those are going to hang from this guy. Got a couple of bead caps and our hardware. Okay, so we're going to put this one together. This is just a softer color, but exactly the same design as last week. So just the same, but different, right? All right, and this one is all about simple loops. So that should be pretty straightforward. I'm also using a lot of jump rings here. So the jump rings are going to go in between the little flower connectors to make a little 3 connector section of these, right? Put another jump ring up here in just a second. Okay, so let's work on our beaded chain section first. So this guy is going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 drucks. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and add the 7th druck to it. These go directly into each other. There are no jump rings in between them. No rings on my right hand. Where's my Q ring? I lost my Q ring. I've got to get another one. The Q ring got lost. I still have my bracelet though, and I have a Q necklace on, but I lost my Q ring. I'm not sure how I lost it, but yeah, I need a new one. Or a diamond. I'm just saying. Somebody tell him that, would you? I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Don't do that. He'll do that when he's ready. No pressure from us, right? Girl can dream. All right. So we're going to do a simple loop here. Coming with our cutter tool. I do need a new one though. I need a new Q ring. All right. Ask the cat to find it. The cat probably knows exactly where it is, to be honest with you. I don't think I lost it in the house. I think I lost it out in the world. That's why I haven't been able to find it anywhere. I think that, so I'm really hard on things. And that one was not, I mean, the band on it was really, really tiny. I think maybe I got the Q hooked on something and it popped and that's how it came off and I lost it. I do have a birthday coming up soon. But we're not gonna talk about birthdays. I'm not birthdaying this year. We're gonna ignore the birthday this year. All right, so you're gonna make your chain out of these beautiful brown sugar colored drucks, and then we're going to add to that. We're gonna add to that. Now, if Kathy wanted to have a conversation with Q, I wouldn't be opposed to her just maybe mentioning, you know, maybe use the sentence, an honest woman out of her. I don't know. No pressure, Kathy. I'm just kidding. Or am I? All right, so there's our Saturn bead. Is that not a beautiful bead? That is so pretty. It's very, very close to Alexandrite as far as like the color of this. You know how Alexandrite can get that kind of bluey purple to it, and then sometimes you look at it and it's green. This doesn't have the green to it, but it still has that kind of Alexandrite color, the blue purple part. Okay, so now we're going to do another simple loop here. And with my cutter, trim, roll back. Okay. And Kathy says, oh man, no pressure. I'm totally kidding, Kathy. I mean, if you said something, I wouldn't be opposed to it, but I would never encourage you. Never, never. All right, we're going to put our check glass flower on here. Look how pretty. This is just, it's just a nice, soft color palette, right? The blue one was beautiful and it sold out, but it was very bright. This one is just kind of a softer, more subtle. All right, so we're going to do another simple loop here. And that's that. Okay, so you're going to link all of your Drux, your Saturn bead, and your beautiful flower together. And then you're going to connect those. Oh, and I left out some bead caps. You can put the bead caps on your Saturn bead if you want to, or you can leave them out. Honestly, it looks so pretty. I didn't even notice that I left them out. So you can use those on your Saturn bead if you want to, but you don't have to. And we're going to connect our little chain to that. Okay, then we're going to take, we got dangles on this one because, you know, sometimes you gotta. So we're going to take our beautiful Preciosa bicones and we're going to do wrapped loops on these. You've got 2 of them, so put them onto head pins. Okay. And then you're going to trim that. Okay. All right, then we're going to open up the largest jump ring here. We're going to put our dangles onto that. And then we're going to attach that to the end of our bracelet on that side. So we've got, I can't wait to show you guys the earrings that are coming up. Not that I don't love this bracelet. I'm so here for the rest of this. I'm excited. I'm really excited. Okay. So jump ring clasp, that's going to go over here. And then last but not least is just one more jump ring. Now you can leave this jump ring out if you need a shorter bracelet, but I'm going to use this as the connection jump ring for my clasp. So this one's going to go onto the bigger one. You can just connect your clasp to the big if you want. Like I said, shorter bracelet. I always like to include those little kinds of things that you can, you know, you can alter a little bit depending on what you need. But that is our brown sugar bracelet. So pretty. Love, 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 love. All right. All right. Now let's move on to some earrings that you guys have not seen in a while. We're going to do some stack 'em ups, which is one of my favorite things to do. And these earrings always sell out. That's why I'm really excited to show these to you. Okay. So first things first, we're going to do a little stack 'em up in orange and black and white. Okay. Just a little stack 'em up. You guys know this one is Lampwork with antique brass and orange. for those of you who like a little sassier flower. Okay, so just to stack them up, we're going to take our head pin. We're going to thread on our bicone. We're going to thread on a metal bead. Okay, we're going to thread on a bead cap and our lampwork. Then we're going to thread on another lampwork. Another bead cap, a daisy spacer, a metal bead, and a bicone. And we're done. Gosh, those are so pretty. They're so pretty. And this exact color, this is a restock. This exact color, it's a little bit different as far as the bead caps are concerned. But this one sold out the first time. I have no doubt that it'll sell out this time. We're going to do a wrapped loop on this and add our ear wire. This is the only antique brass item that is in the show today. Okay, so there's our wrapped loop on that. We're going to add our ear wire, and these are done. Stack them ups at the finest. I love to stack them up because they're so nice, and I've got more. So hang on. Not only do I have more stack them ups, but I have more lamp work. All right, so that's our orange set. So pretty. I love those. All right, setting these to the side. Next up is a restock of the teapots. You guys, when the teapots come, the teapots don't last. So don't sleep on the teapots. Be sure that when you grab these that you check out, fully check out, because if you come back later, there's no guarantee that those teapots are still going to be on your cart when you come back. Okay. All right. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to wire wrap our little baby bicone on the bottom. All right. So I'm going to thread that on, and we're going to do a little wrapped loop. Up and over, rotate, take the wire over to the other side. And then we're going to wire wrap in the space. Whoops. We're going to come in with our cutter tool and trim off the excess. Okay. Now we're going to take, this is essentially just another stack them up. We're going to take our eye pin, open that up, thread on. Now the baby's talking to me. Did you hear? She says, Mom, are you not done yet? Close that back. Maybe I'll get her to come get in my lap when we turn around for the end so you guys can see her, because it's been a while since you guys have seen her. All right, now we're going to thread on another Preciosa bicone in that beautiful blue. We're going to thread on our teacup or our teapot bottom. We're going to thread on our lampwork. We're going to thread on the top of our teapot. And we're going to do a wrapped loop. I think so too, Jessica, and they sell out really, really quickly. Every time I've ever done teapots, they sell really fast because they're just so cute. And honestly, with Mother's Day coming, the teapots are just perfect. They make great little gifts. Okay, baby, I hear you. I hear you. All right, I'm going to come in with my cutter and trim off. And then we're going to do one more. They were acting crazy earlier, and now she's being super sweet. She's usually not in the middle of that chaos, though. That is my two. That's my boys, my golden retriever and my German shepherd, that act a fool like that. All right. You're gonna wiggle your Lampwork to sit in the best position. Okay. All right. And then we've got one more little bicone. It was a big mom, please. She's like, please, Mom, pay attention to me. Aren't you done? Can we go outside yet? She's literally putting her paw on my shoulder right now. I'm not even joking. She's so funny. She's perpetually a baby, you know, and of course they say that Huskies, they're not considered fully grown until they're 2 years old, and she's not 2 years old yet, so she definitely has that puppy thing, but she also has that youngest child complex too, so she's always going to be the baby, I have a feeling. She's always going to have that kind of baby attitude. Look how cute. I am in the path of the eclipse. We get almost totality, not quite. But, oh, I love these so much. How cute are those? Now, if you need a Mother's Day gift, these are super cute. So, so cute. All right, I've got 2 more sets of earrings, and I'm only going to do one of them because they go together exactly the same way. It's exactly the same listing. It's just in 2 different colors, but it's another stack 'em up. So we've got stack 'em up in green, right? We're going to put the green one together. And then I also have the exact same pair with white. They go together exactly the same way. It's the same listing. You just got to pick which color you want. We're going to put the green together. Okay. So we're going to start out just like we did with the other one. We're going to do a little green bicone on the bottom. We're going to do a little wrapped loop with it. Up and over. Okay. And then I come in with my cutter, trim off. Okay. All right, now we're going to use our eye pin, which is an extra long eye pin. Okay, we're going to twist to open. We're going to thread on our little dangle that we just made. Okay, and then we're going to stack up our beads. So a little green bicone is going to go on first. Okay, then we're going to do a small bead cap. Then we're going to do a bigger bead cap going the other direction. Okay, we're going to thread on our Lampwork. We're going to thread on our large bead cap and then our small bead cap. Okay, a rondelle, a daisy spacer, and a bicone. Wire wraps loop, and these are done. Easy peasy stack 'em ups that are always a winner. Always, always beautiful. All right. All right, so we're going up and over. Rotate, take the wire over to the other side. Wire wrap in that space. We're going to come in with our cutter, trim off, add our ear wire, and these are done. These almost always sell out. Now, I don't want to jinx it because it's possible that they won't, but I definitely wouldn't wait too long on these. Be sure that you're closing out your carts because a lot of times when you come back later, they're gone. So look how pretty. They're just perfect for spring. They're so, so nice, right? I love those. Really, really pretty. All right, guys, I'm going to turn you around and we are going to do a quick run through of all the things that we've done today. So let me turn you back around here. Hello to all of you. All right, let's take another look, shall we? So these were the white, yellow. These are the green. Yes, yes, yes. We had the black and the antique brass with the orange, which are also awesome. If you don't like orange, it's just a little bit of orange, right? If you do like orange, it's a great, oh, I love those. Okay. We had I hear you. I'm going to let you see everybody here in just a second. There's the blue teapots, which are adorable. We love those so much. Okay. Then we had our brown sugar bracelet. Just a really beautiful soft color palette. This is a nice one for people who don't like bright color. It's good because this like brown colors are going to really work with everything. It's such a pretty neutral, and the color that's in this, the blue and the purple, is soft. This is really nice. Okay, then we had our fabulous bracelets, and we had the fabulous earrings that went with them that I am obsessed with. I love those so much. The shift on these, the color shift, I can't stop looking at it. It's just awesome. These are so, it looks like it glows, does it not? It's like it's lit from within. I love. Okay, and then last but not least was our, having an avalanche, our necklace. And I hope that you guys loved it as well. With our sparkly necklace here. So pretty. Look at the sparkle on that. Love, love, love. So there you go, guys. I hope that you have enjoyed today's show. Please don't forget about our Maker Mix as well as our True Do-It-Yourself kits. Those are the ones that I showed at the beginning of the show that don't have the findings. Don't forget, if you would like to sign up for Patreon, you can do so at any point. And if you want to sign up for Hardwired, we might let you sneak in right here at the tail end of our open for enrollment season. I don't know. Time of the month. That sounds awful. But yes, so if you want to join that, now is your last call for Hardwired, at least until next month when we open for enrollment again. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Please don't forget to set your reminders for 4 p.m. Eastern time for this afternoon's Art Beads Live. I am going to be putting together a goddess style bracelet using the tying station. It's going to be a fun one. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be a lot of fun. Just one last little thing before the end of the day and into the weekend. I'm ready for it. All right, guys. Thank you to everybody who made purchases. I appreciate you. If you've got your cart just sitting there, go ahead and check out, because I can't promise that the things will still be there by the end of the weekend. A lot of times things have sold out. So don't forget about that. I love you guys so much. Have a great rest of your afternoon. Some of you I'll see later. The rest of you I'll see you at 1 p.m. Tuesday next week. Bye, guys. Oh, wait. Hold on. Come here, baby. Not you. You're the big baby. Vega. I'll show you the baby. Come here, Vega. This the baby. She's not much of a baby anymore, but so there's the whiny butt. Vega. Did good job, baby. Okay, that's it. I'm done. Bye, guys.